Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of MugAndPlay. I am Nick. Today we're playing a game called MonsterCon. It is a game where you talk to a bunch of cool, kind of sexy monsters at a convention. For those of you who have seen Monster Prom, or Monster Camp, or I think there was like Monster Road Trip? I don't know. But now this is the fourth installment, I believe. It's MonsterCon, it's them at a convention, and considering my previous years and years of experience being a convention vendor, I figured this is right up my alley. And it's a new game, and I love the art style, and I want to check it out. And romance... I want to romance this one. She's cute. Let's play. We're going to play low-cal. We don't want the high-calorie version. We want the nice low-calorie version. It's just me here. We're going to do a regular game. Choose your OST. I feel like this was a lot of the background music in the first game. Oh, this is what we're listening to, lo-fi. Kawaii Future Bass. It's got some Doki Doki vibes. I think that's the one. That's cool, but that's more of like a Zelda game. It's even got Navi on it right there. Let's go with this one with this funky 8-bit frog. Hell yeah. Ah, SpookyCon. For some, it was just a nerdy convention, but for us, it was 4 days to celebrate our many passions and obsessions fiercely, unapologetically. And we weren't alone. Regardless of what you loved, you could always find people who'd make you feel seen and understood. Anywhere else, we might have been seen as weirdos and misfits, and here, we were still seen as that way, but we get along, so it works. But here we could finally feel like no matter who we were, we belonged. Alright, who are you? Who are you? Yeah, I like playing as this character. Her name, is Muggy, as it always is. And we're gonna go with they. She-they, to be specific. Okay? Yeah, well, guys, so cute. But as dreamy as SpookyCon was, it also came with its own set of pressures, some of which we already knew so well. At the end of those 4 days, the after-party loomed over our heads, posing that one evergreen question. Who would we get a date for that night? And if so, whom? Getting ahead of myself. As uncertainty plagued our hearts, we couldn't help but think of the 6 hottest nerds at the con. Zoe, an eldritch cutie who went from endless deity and harbinger of destruction to author of the renowned fanfic Liam Prom.
That's an awful idea.
Liam de Lioncourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dork. And now my headphones have died. What are we gonna do? Plug them in, that's what. Hold, please. Alright, anyway, he was a lovable dork, and now my headphones are plugged in, so we don't have to worry about that again.
Hooray!
Doug Campbell, a kind-hearted slime that was incredibly broke from supporting all the fandoms he loved. Omen, an evil overlord who was recently freed from imprisonment in exchange for giving up her passion for stabbing people. Really? Making people stop doing what they love? Rude.
I have the perfect cosplay for that.
Nico Sharp, an over-the-top mimic who preferred cosplay over shapeshifting, even if they weren't the best at getting into character.
Anyway.
And April 1st, a clown idol who was contractually obligated to bottle up all of her non-camera-ready emotions inside cute mascots. Oh, is that what this little crab being is for? This little crab balloon? Oh boy, how dare this game make me into the clown. How could you have done this to me, game? There had to be one of them, but who? I'm gonna say the ones on either end. The cutie patooties. Duh. We had 4 days to gather some courage and shoot our shot. What was the worst that could happen? Being rejected and alone for the rest of our lives? Yes. Yeah, right. We'd had our fair share of love and rejection. This surely wasn't our first rodeo. And as we had grown to know ourselves better, we realized we felt more confident. Oh, good. Tell us 3 things you like. owning you're a clown. I'm gonna say because I want to try and romance April, I'm gonna go with that one. Not that I actually want anything to do with clowns in real life. They're frightening. Well, not frightening. Frightening's not the right word. I don't know what it is. Just not my thing, I guess. But this is my exception. Anyway, I'm digging myself into a hole here. Overspending on limited edition blind boxes, anime fashion, MC with axes for hands. I like that. Kawaii plushies of deadly animals, retro games, main character syndrome, fighting in the shipping wars, dakimakuras against loneliness, correcting other people, evil lair interior design, or enemies to lovers. Fighting in the shipping wars, duh. And then, yeah, you know what? Kawaii plushies of deadly animals. Because why not? Choose your top 3 favorite Pokemans. These aren't Pokemans! But my favorites of all of these... she seems fun. As do you. And this kind of reminds me of Dan from Game Grumps. So I'm gonna go with that one. Giving me Dan vibes. We weren't new to all of this, so this time we challenged ourselves with a goal other than finding love. With the support of Zoe and Liam, we had decided to take on a project we'd been putting off for too long.
I have too many ideas.
Making our own comic. We had so many ideas, and yet we always found excuses not to work on them. But the con was the perfect setting to find inspiration and go for it. Choose our genre. I guess some romance or action. You know what? We gotta do action. Actions at this con. The fear of failure had stopped us for too long, but then we reminded ourselves of the one thing that always kept us going. That we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Yeah. I'm not young or unafraid, but I am ready to start. So we can choose where we want to go in the con. Let's see, can we go... Oh, we gotta go to the merch hall. I would be remiss if I didn't go here first, considering this is where I lived and worked for so many years. You find a stand at the merch hall that sells hyper-realistic VR headsets. You buy one immediately. VR's the future! Yeah, we've been saying that since the past. You put it on and you see your surroundings. Yep, it's a scam. The headset is basically a football helmet and a pair of glasses. Oh, no refunds allowed, but the headset looks good on you. Like, +2 charm good. Hey, alright. Okay. You, Zoe, Omen, and April are checking out the cool art in the Artist Alley, as well as some not-so-cool art. For example, hey! You 3 lovely ladies look like you want to buy a fanzine. Actually, I'm a lovely lady who doesn't want to buy your zine. Easy mistake to make. Oh, nice. But I'm running a special right now. Buy 1 zine, get 3 free. Don't miss this unique sale, please. We didn't even want 1 zine. Why would we want 3? I'll never understand economics. You know what, me either. There's gotta be something you want. If you buy a zine, I'll give you, my hand, freshly severed. Oh. For a second I was worried and thought you meant like in marriage. That requires signing contracts. We'll take your severed hand, thank you. Ew. Yum. Oh god, really? That's the dark, not camera-ready thought, as you see a hand and you go, yum? Wait, this might actually be a good bargain. I have need of a new hand. Could her appendage be attached to me? No, I don't think surgery is that advanced yet. Ugh, what good is modern medicine then? Cheer up, the hand could have other uses. Maybe it's one of those wish-granting hands, like the monkey's paw from that cool story I didn't finish. Please, no, not the monkey's paw again. If this zine seller insists on selling you a promotion, surely you can come up with a better one. I like how the narrator is interjecting like, no, seriously, don't support. Yeah. She must agree to act as your champion if you ever decide to solve a dispute through trial by combat, or... You always wanted a pilot license. What? I'm sorry, what does that have to do with anything? She must agree to act as your champion? That, You know what? I'm curious to see where you've always wanted a pilot license goes. I don't have a pilot's license to give you, though.
Shut up.
You shouldn't sell us a zine with that attitude. You're good at drawing, aren't you? Just draw us a pilot's license. It's basically a commission. Smart thinking, Zoe. Soon, you have your commissioned pilot's license and head to an airport. You ask the security guards to let you fly a plane. Have you ever flown a plane before? No, but I've flown in the plane, which probably counts for something. Where'd you get your pilot's license? We'll need to call the flight academy to confirm your credentials. We did not get it from an academy, we got it from the convention. Now bring us a plane. I bought a zine, and I will have my promise to joyride. This sounds sketchy, partner. I feel like we gotta play this one safe. I agree. Let's let him fly a very short flight to minimize the risks. Yeah, see? Exactly. You're cool. You know what's up. The guards let you fly a 2-hour commercial flight. That was fun. Did you hear the passengers scream for joy when we did the loop-de-loop? We're the best pilots ever. I'm just glad we're alive. And I did not pee myself, if that's what you're thinking. I was not thinking that until now. And now you can continue to not think it, honk honk. This experience changes you all forever. Specifically, it changes your feelings on planes, given how easy it is to trick the airports into letting any old rando fly one. You gain +2 fun and lose 2 boldness. Yeah, whatever. I feel like, I imagine to romance April, we probably need to up our fun as much as possible. So, we did it! Nice! Where do we want to go now? Main stage? Yeah. You sit down at the main stage to learn about your favorite art form, anime. Specifically, a ranking of the best anime butts. Your best anime butts. Some of the choices are intriguing. I mean, sure, mecha robots technically have big asses. By the end, you've learned more about the panelist fetishes than anime, but that ass-centric knowledge still grants you +2 smarts. +2 smarts about the body parts that make the farts. You're +2 smarts. I'm done. Next up is a panel with the author of everyone's favorite sprawling, saucy space opera, Supernovas of Tomorrow. Thank you all for coming. I'm sure you're hoping to hear news about the last book in my series. Yes, he's finally announcing the release! The final showdown between Space Good and Space Evil is upon us! I hope Lady Cassiopeia and Lord Hanley finally confess their feelings for each other.
Zoe likey.
I hope they finally fuck nasty. Oh my. Gee whizzers, Zoe. Just calm yourself. Go take a cold shower and then write some fanfic or something. Well, yeah, I assume that was implied. There's no easy way to say this, so I'll just say it. I'm delaying the release of the last book for at least another year. What? Why? It looks like a Pokemon version of the Duolingo bird. That's what she was. Most illogical. Yeah, I've recently gotten really into ant farming. It's kind of cutting into my writing time, but you all support my passions, right? Man, I was really looking forward to that finale. Can't we convince him to finish the book sooner? Ransom always works. Let's kidnap his precious ants and nail their squashed corpses until he writes the book.
Just kidding!
I'm just joking. Unless... Nah, coercion doesn't work, but it's not coercion if the author makes the decision himself with a little help. Muggy, how can we nudge him in the right direction? During the Q&A, take the mic and narrate a very engaging anecdote. Once the author gets hooked, refuse to finish it and hold a narrative Mexican standoff with him. Or usually when an author doesn't want to write their own book, the solution is to get a ghostwriter. Logic dictates you should stab the author so he becomes a ghostwriter. That sounds pretty logical to me, so you know what? Let's go with that. Good idea. Here, use my knife. Why do you have a knife? You never know when you need to butter some toast. Also, clowns, knives. Stories are true. Oh, that makes sense. It doesn't, unless hunting knives are suddenly good for spreading butter, but whatever. You approach the stage. Partner, that person has a knife. Should we intervene? Yeah, lots of these panels have audience participation segments. If it's one of those, we wouldn't want to jump in and ruin it. You stab the author, and after several upsetting minutes of writhing and screaming, he becomes a ghost. A reaper appears to claim his soul. Oh, hey, it's you. I remember you from previous games. Hello, darling. I'm here to escort you to the afterlife. Looks like you're going to the good one. The good one? I like that one. Oh, boy. Oh, wait, I can't take you yet. It says here you have unfinished business. What?
You reap what you sow, darling.
Sorry, this happens sometimes. Maybe there's someone you need to apologize to, or an 8-book saga you haven't finished writing. Whatever it is, another Reaper will come for you when you've sorted it out. Good luck with that. Bye! Fine, I guess I'll finish the book then. Are you happy now? Yes, thank you.
Good call.
We're super happy. You did it, Muggy. You're a hero. And a murderer, but mostly a hero. Well, swings and roundabouts in this business, am I right? It's not easy being a superhero. Everyone applauds for you and your marvelous heroic stabbing. See? They're all cheering. It was definitely part of the show. Gotcha. Nerds sure are weird. They sure are. You gain 2 boldness for stabbing a celebrity, but lose 2 creativity. Why, that was plenty creative.
Fully charged.
Nice. Alright. Well, we can go to the hotel and outdoors, community zone, the lobby. Yeah, let's just hang out in the lobby for a bit. Check out people's cosplays. Walking around the lobby, you see a flood of people coming in from the other areas. Crowd stampede! Trying not to panic, you remember what your yoga teacher taught you. When you get caught in the middle of a crowd stampede, remember to go with the flow. You do, and the flow consists of the crowd trampling you. Still, you gain +2 boldness for braving the stampede. Oh, cool. Now you're trying to cross the lobby with Nico, Zoe, and April, but it's chock full of people. You can't move through the dense crowd. Gosh, what a mess. What are we gonna do?
Such is the way of the blade.
I can't imagine how much... I guess it wasn't any trouble, because I'm sure they enjoyed drawing these characters. But this guy has had so many costume changes, because he's a cosplayer, that they probably had to draw him more differently every time than anyone else, if I had to guess. Fear not, my young pupil. When the noble lion must pass through the galloping antelope herd, he patiently waits for an opening. Like, now! Nope, sorry, that wasn't the right moment. It's now! Oops, another false alarm. Any minute now. 56 minutes later. Now! Nope, that wasn't it. Now! Nope, damn, still not it. How long is this gonna take? Just a heads up, I'm getting very thirsty and mildly homicidal. It could be a while. I was once stranded in a con crowd for 6 hours, surviving on floor peanuts and secondhand sweat. Ugh. I can only imagine how dehydrated you got. You drank sweat? That's disgusting! Hey, it works in a pinch. There's sweat everywhere at a con. Look, you're even sweating. No, I'm not. I'm April 1st. I'm too cute to sweat. April, it's hot in here. We're all clearly drenched in sweat. Not me. That's not sweat. It's water. I've been cooling off like this. April snatches the group's last remaining water bottle and dumps it all over herself. See? Just water. Well, dehydration is definitely going to be a problem now. So is April's mental state by the looks of things. You'd better do something. When you need rescuing, you're supposed to deploy a flare gun. You only have a real gun, but that's probably close enough. Or float the idea that one of you could volunteer their blood for the others to drink. Fun fact, blood is full of nutrients. I don't know if April would like, blood. That's gross. And, you know, the stabbing thing earlier worked. So, I'm sure the gun thing will work too. Let's try it. That could work. You have a gun, Muggy? Yes. Well, I don't personally, but I assume April has one. Who, me? Yeah, I think I saw a gun in April's purse when I was looking for gum earlier. Hey, what do you know? There is a gun in my purse. It probably fell in there or something. Whatever you say, girl. Gimme. Zoe shoots at the ceiling, then something magical and unexpected happens. Everyone around you cowers and stops moving. Holy fuck! That girl's got a gun! It's every monster for themselves! Now, this is our moment. We can go! You're a genius, Muggy! Totally! Oh, and hey, here you go, Nico. Ah, you did have gum. Thanks. You navigate through dozens of terrified people as you rejoin the con. The gun really seems to get people out of the way. Behind you, you hear more screaming, maybe some rioting, but that's not your problem anymore. You earn +2 boldness and lose 2 smarts. Damn, we're really bold after this day. I mean, to be fair, we have used several weapons today. Let's go to the hotel and outdoors. You get an ice cream cone at a fast food stand. Damn, you ate it too fast. Brain freeze! You feel like you can't move. You stand still for what seems like ages. The entire con passes in front of you. You imagine everything you'll miss out on now that you're forever frozen. Suddenly, the brain freeze passes. After such a traumatic experience, your neural pathways have been changed forever, effectively giving you +2 creativity. Cool. See, that's the lesson, kids. Eat more ice cream. You'll get smarter. Or at least more creative. You, April, and Zoe stop by the hotel room to freshen up, and you're surprised to see Doug chatting with someone inside.
Yellow.
Hey everybody, meet my new friend, Pom Pom. Do you guys have the stuff? Hi, Pom Pom. Who is this, Doug? I don't know. I met him outside, and he asked if I had the good stuff. I've gotten lots of good stuff at the con, so I said he could come up and check it out. I don't think he was asking to see your vintage comics, bud. Ah, I've met this type of person at the convention before as well. Yeah, the good stuff is usually code for drugs. Or so I've heard, honk honk.
Golly.
Oh, golly, is that true, new friend? Yeah, but you just said golly, so I'm guessing you don't have any drugs anyway. It's fine, I've still got some of my own left. Anyone wanna hit the slopes with me? No! No thank you!
Ah, yes.
Yes! No! Yes, but no.
I don't know.
I don't know if I should. I've never even seen a drug in real life before. Only do drugs if you want to, Doug. And even then, only do them in responsible amounts with people you trust. Okay, that much is true. Responsible amounts? That's not my style. We're doing an irreversibly fuck up your life amount. Oh, no drugs for me then, but you have fun with that. No, I fucking hate doing drugs by myself. I'm not leaving until we all get fucked up, or until I die, whichever comes first. Yikes, this is a tricky situation. You need to think of something other than drugs to do that'll satisfy this creep enough to make him leave. Hook Doug's new friend up on something better than drugs, a 6-book romantasy saga, or convince him that his true calling in life is to become an astronaut. You know what? The weird answers seem to be doing it, so let's convince him that his true calling in life is to become an astronaut. Oh yeah, I can totally see it. Yeah, you're clearly someone who likes to be higher than outer space, so becoming an astronaut would be a great fit for you, probably. And you've already got lots of experience wearing a big sweaty suit. Yeah, I guess a career in astronauting could be my calling. It'd make all the other flat Marsers super jealous. Flat Marser? Did you mean flat earther? Nah, dude, Earth is round. Anyone who thinks otherwise is an idiot. That's true. But Mars? That bitch is flat for sure. And once I became an astronaut, I'm blowing the whole conspiracy wide open. You know we have satellite images of Mars proving that it's round, right? This dumbass believes in satellites. I am so glad I gave this character that voice. It's so much fun.
Bye.
Well, you should definitely go sign up for astronaut school, like right now. Enlist in space camp, I guess. You're right. It's time to stop sitting in my ass and doing ketamine. I've got dreams to achieve. Right after I do a quick bump of ketamine. You managed to convince Pom Pom to at least do his ketamine outside so he can look at the stars while he does it. He doesn't seem to notice that it's daytime, and there are no stars out right now. Truly a great astronaut in the making. I mean, technically the sun is a star. You gain +2 charm for convincing him to leave, but lose 2 fun. Why would I lose 2 fun? Some bullshit. Time to get some fresh air.
Anyone need hand sanitizer?
Yeah. Oh, geez. Why can't Zoe and April be at the same table? You know, fine. Going with April. Who do you want to sit with? April. What do you want to do? Board game night, go for a walk, or watch a movie? Let's do a board game night. You and April have a great game night. She asks if you can play Candyland because it reminds her of her childhood and she loves the aesthetic. It sounds low stakes, so you agree. 2 hours and one flip table later, you learn just how competitive a game Candyland with April 1st can be. At least now you know your relationship can survive even the horrors of the molasses swamp. Aw. Well, good. So we got a little further along with April. She seems to like us more.
So energizing.
Love isn't the only thing you're chasing at this con. You've also got a comic to finish. Time to brainstorm. What's something that stirs fear in your soul? The ghost of all the big surreal artists of the early 20th century? Math? Wolves with guns for legs? Or wolves with big menacing dongs? I think of all of these things, the one that stirs the most fear in me, I'm gonna have to go with wolves with big menacing dongs. What's something you do to impress everyone at your wedding? Reveal your most niche fetish in painful detail? No. Compliment everyone's hats? Maybe? Kill a walrus with your bare hands, just because. Okay? Solve the Hodge conjecture, a major unsolved problem in algebraic geometry. I think everyone would probably be the most impressed if I were to kill a walrus. Yeah. Nice. Time to get back to the con. Alright. Nicely done.
Oh, I know just where to go.
Well, cool. Well, I think we shall put a pin in it there for now. I think it's a great idea to just do 1 day per episode, and that way we can build up tension. You can decide who you love the most. Let me know in the comments who your favorite character is in this game, or even in this series. If they're not in this game, I'll still check it out and look it up and see who your favorite is. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. You can hit that subscribe button if you want to see more and see what happens in this series. And you can hit that like button if you already liked what you saw. It'd be great, and it's a free and easy way to support the channel, and it's a free and easy way to feel good about yourself. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.